What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. Today's topic has been on the agenda for a while and I never got around to it until today. This will be for like new drivers, guys who just got their CDL, or maybe you've had it for a year or so but you're looking to change companies, and you go online and look at the job postings for truck drivers and they all look great, but you know they're not all great. So what I thought I'd do today is actually go online and just pick some random ones and read them, tell you maybe some of the red flags or what looks good, what looks bad, and maybe some veteran truck drivers might leave some comments or questions that they would ask the recruiter, something that I haven't thought of. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go job hunting. Let's get started. Let's get started with some of these job postings. I'm on Craigslist Jobs, New Orleans. So you just put your city, and we're gonna try Indeed.com as well next. But we'll do a few on Craigslist, and you see I'm searching Class A OTR truck driver. So let's just look at a few. The first one is Class A, 65 cents per mile. All right, red flag number one. When there's only that little information, Class A CDL operator needed, OTR, must have experience, home time weekly or every other week, your choice, good pay, 10. Sometimes you need to use punctuation. Good pay, 1099. Okay, let's talk about 1099. It's not for everybody. It is for some people. Most people who choose 1099 do that because they want to cheat on their taxes and not pay taxes. I'm always looking for a W-2 position. Why? Because they pay benefits like health insurance, paid vacation, which is free money, 401k match, which is free money, uniforms, things like that if you have uniforms. Now, some of you might say, well, I get health insurance through my wife's job. Okay, look, your situation is yours. This is a 1099 company, so don't expect anything. They give you the keys and maybe you'll get paid on time. I just told you the red flags. Okay, let's look at another one. The next one is TSD Logistics. So this posting already is better. They've got a picture of the truck. They've got the name of the company there, new pay rate. Probably service the tire and rubber industry for over 40 years. Okay, tire loads, I've done them. They're light, which is good. So you're not struggling to go up mountains. They're generally lightweight. Every one of those tires is hand unloaded, not by the driver, by the warehouse, and scanned in. I've spent 5 hours getting unloaded. The fastest tire delivery I ever did was 1 hour and 45 minutes, but that only happened once. The average is generally 3 or 4 hours to get a load of tires unloaded. So looking at some $1,000 sign-on bonus. Anytime you get a sign-on bonus, you're not getting $1,000 on your first paycheck. You know, they spread it out. Monthly safety incentives, 2,800 to 3,400 miles a week available. 3,400 is really hard to achieve as a solo driver, especially if you're spending hours getting unloaded. Now, most of these tire loads were preloaded trailers, so you just go hook up. But still, 2,800 is reasonable. 3,400 is difficult. And look at the benefits: Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance, life insurance, 401k, it doesn't mention a match, paid holidays, $50 cell phone reimbursement, detention, layover, and maintenance, vacation time, and 10 cents per mile per diem. Actually, and they go to Canada, this looks like a good company. If I was maybe going to go back to dry van, I would call them. But first question, how much do you pay? The job post doesn't show, is it 55 cents a mile, 60, 65? So what's the pay? They have full benefits and per diem, which is untaxed miles, which is great. No touch freight. I would look into this, and they only require 6 months experience. I would look into that for sure. This next third one, Class A Hazmat OTR, 75 cents per mile. They don't even give the name of the company. That's my first red flag. It just says Hazmat OTR. Whenever it doesn't say anything about benefits, that means it's 1099. You're getting 75 cents a mile because they're not withholding taxes and which costs the company money. 3,000 to 4,000 miles a week for solo, red flag, big red flag. Weekly settlements, I don't know the name of the company. It just says move on quickly. Let's look at the next one because it says lease purchase and we want to talk about that. Okay, Road Legends, Kenworth 680 Next Gen, and the company logo. Nice. So it's flatbed lease purchase. So I've never heard anybody say anything good about lease purchase. When you are paying the company that you work for, it's kind of weird, right? They're supposed to be paying you, but you're paying them to lease a truck. Now you have lease purchase, which means you own the truck at the end of the lease. And then you just have lease, which means you hand it in at the end of the lease and get another one. We pay your first truck payment. It's screaming, watch out here. They give you 75% of each load that you haul. The company keeps 25%. And then they take out trailer rental, which is probably minimum $100 a week, but probably closer to $150 a week. Insurance, you have to pay for your tablet every week, and Logix Anywhere. I don't know what that is, but that must be their ELD system maybe. You have to really do some research into lease purchase. It does not work out for most drivers, and that should tell you a lot. Let's pick one more. We'll go all the way to the bottom, and it's this one, EMR Express. Okay, there's their Cascadia. We love our Cascadias. Okay, what we offer, solo and dry van, 68 cents a mile. All miles paid the same. I'm assuming that means loaded and empty miles, all paid, which is good. $10.99 or W-2. Fully equipped. Fully equipped should mean refrigerator, APU, or at least a bunk heater and a power inverter. Why EMR Express? Well, first of all, I like them because they use punctuation, unlike the first job posting we looked at, and I couldn't read it. You'll be with a stable nationwide company that is known for having the best equipment, great management, clear communication, and a fantastic safety record. You are ready to take it to the next level? Come drive for EMR Express. EMR is a family-run reefer and driving carrier in Joliet. If there's any red flag to look out for, if it says Illinois, and all experienced truck drivers are like, here we go, Chicago. He's finally going to talk about Chicago. Chicago companies, they have a bad reputation. Let's put it that way. For some reason, people who are from the former Soviet bloc countries, the former USSR countries, like to immigrate to Chicago and open trucking companies. The smarter ones will offer W-2, but the majority of them are 1099. They are shrewd businessmen. They do not care about drivers. Vacation time, they come from out the gulag or some, I don't know. Vacation time, 401k, that's not in their vocabulary. You're getting a truck and you're going to haul loads for them. You're there to serve the company. Like you're there to serve the state, right? Not the other way around. Maybe I'm 100% wrong. I'm reporting the reputation of these companies. I've never worked for one. I wouldn't, but that's the reputation. So anytime you go online and do research on one of these companies, it's going to say Russian owners. That's another thing. They hate to be called Russians. So, by the way, if any of y'all are watching and hate to be called, the reason why Americans call y'all Russians is because we can't distinguish your accent, a Russian accent from a Belarusian accent or Estonia or Yugoslavia or whatever. They all kind of sound the same to us. If you come to me with this accent and you say, you're just an American, but, well, you sound Russian to me, but you might actually be from some other country that was once part of the USSR. So anyway, Russian is a blanket or umbrella term for anybody from that part of the world. Those companies, my recommendation is stay away. Matter of fact, let's look up what their reputation is. Let's go to the Trucker Forum. Here I am on the Trucker Report Forum. And if you go to the search bar and put Chicago companies and search that, let's see. Freight Star, Chicago, let's just pick the first one. I'm surprised. Usually those companies owned by the I told you, Russians and Eastern Europeans are honest and pay for all miles. He's being very sarcastic. I agree. I'm shocked. This is dripping with sarcasm. I tell you, shocked by the inference of dishonesty in the Chicago market. For future drivers thinking of signing on to a 1099 company in Chicago, I told you, if you go to work in Chicago, make sure they don't leave you empty-handed. Get an Italian beef sandwich. Let's look at this one. This company is ran out of Bulgaria by a socialist, communist, and narcissist people who treat the American truck drivers like dirt. They lie and cheat you out of money. That's one constant that you read about all of these Russian companies out of Chicago, is how they cheat you out of money. That's across the board. Okay, I think you get the point about Chicago area companies. Just don't go there. Now we're going to go to look at a few on Indeed.com. Once again, I did Class A OTR truck driver out of New Orleans. And let's pick the first one. I know this one, K&B. They're out of Sioux City, Iowa, or Sioux Falls, Sioux something. So this is going to be a reefer company. Need more miles at K&B? We guarantee our drivers 2,500 miles a week. Okay, red flag or question for the recruiter. This guarantee, does that mean there's a minimum? Are you going to pay me for 25? Look, it says Road Warrior drivers earn 70 cents per mile. So you're going to give me 70 cents per mile for 2,500 miles in a week, guaranteed? That's the first question you ask. E.W. Wiley, that's a flatbed company. I think they'll train you. And you'll get good pay with a gorgeous truck, beautiful truck with an APU, earn up to $120,000 annually. Boom, red flag. That's for the experienced drivers. When you start, you've got 6 months of experience. Yeah, that's what they require. 6 months. You're not earning $120,000. You have to work your way up, and they haul on flatbed like glass and really like delicate stuff. That's for the experienced drivers with years of flatbed experience. I'm not saying they're being dishonest, but you are not going to earn $120,000 with 6 months of experience. And they got to train you. That's for the experienced guys. 100% of your health insurance premium paid. That's why it's great to be a W-2 employee. Free health insurance here. James Gentry. Fuel mileage bonus. I don't want bonuses having anything to do with how fuel efficient the truck is. Mainly, you know what that is? Idling. They don't want you to idle a truck and run the AC at night. Because if you idle it over the night, there goes your fuel bonus. Who else jumps out at me here? Hornady. Okay, Hornady, I see them advertising on Instagram and Facebook. So if you think you want to do flatbed, but you have no experience, Hornady will train you. They've got a $1,200 a week minimum guarantee, which isn't bad. They're going to give you a Kenworth 680. These companies with minimums have lots of loopholes. Let me just say that. If any company's offering you a minimum, oh, well, you didn't hit the fuel bonus. You had a safety violation. You had a flat tire. Who knows? They have ways of making it to where you don't qualify for the minimum. I'm not saying Hornady. I'm guarantee you Hornady's got some kind of... And I guess if you get in a wreck and it's your fault, they're not going to pay you $1,200. All right, fair enough. Okay, so I think we've covered a lot here. I probably could do a part 2 on this video going over other ones and finding other red flags, but let's just summarize. Red flags. Companies that just give you this much little information, don't even tell you the company name. Like, what's the company? They don't tell you how much they pay on the job posting. They're in Illinois, specifically Chicago area. They pay $10.99 and don't offer W-2. They're only lease purchase, or they're lease purchase but also have company drivers. The company's paying for fuel on that truck, paying the driver and his benefits, which you won't get as a lease purchase guy, and is paying insurance and maintenance on the truck. If there's one load and 2 drivers, one's a company driver, a company truck, and the other one's lease purchase, the company truck's getting that load because they need their truck moving, right? It just makes sense. So watch out for lease purchase, especially if that company has company drivers. So those are some of the red flags. Okay, so I think we covered Actually, we didn't cover everything. I know I'm leaving something out. So maybe some people will comment, hey, you forgot to mention this and that. I'd appreciate it if you do, but I'm not asking you to because I don't do that. So maybe there'll be a part 2 because I'm sure I'll get questions. Jay, you didn't talk about this. Maybe I'll do a part 2 on this, and we'll see how that goes. So that's the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. For those of you who are not sticking around for story time, I don't blame you. But I do hope to catch you on the next video, and thanks for watching. For those of you who are sticking around for story time, let's do story time. One thing I hate about getting stuck on a 2-lane highway is when there's a guy in front of you going slow. Well, I got a truck driver behind me. He just caught up to me, and I know he's going faster than me. So I want to get him around me because I don't want to hold him up. He's got somewhere to be, but it's really hard to pass because he's got to come into oncoming traffic. So what I do is I wait till it's safe for him to pass, and then what I'll do is kind of ease over to the shoulder. There's not much of a shoulder. It's just I ease over and slow down so that he can quickly get around me, because otherwise it would take him forever. You know, yeah, he's on me, so he's letting me know like he wants to get around me. So together we can make this happen. All right, after this truck should be it. So now I'm gonna put my blinker on, start slowing down, let him come around. Come on in, Arc Best. So now he can get over. He'll probably flash his lights to thank me. He didn't even flash. Hey, man. The least you could do is... I didn't have to let this guy through, man. Or around me. The least he could have did was... I don't regret it, but I want my thank you flash. That's the video for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you on the next one. And until the next one, this is Jason, signing out.